So there's information on that as well. And that is all I have. Yeah.
You all done?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
I have nothing for new business.
Oh, sorry.
Councilman
Oh, we're
McVeigh.
open. Damn.
Good, sir. Okay, I just have a few things real quick. I won't talk about the league, I wasn't there. Vic, I have this ordinance 2018-126, a resolution of the mayor and council of the town of Phillipsburg County, Warren State of New Jersey, authorizing the execution of government energy aggregation program agreements for the Morris County Area Energy Cooperative. That was approved on August 7, 2018. That's correct, as per our minutes, yes? Okay, and then I also have ordinance number 2018-09, ordinance of the town of Phillipsburg establishing an energy aggregation program. That was passed on June 19, 2018, as per our minutes, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I received a call from both of them today. From Mayor Tim McDonough, who, council, if you remember, they came here, they gave us a display of the program. It could save the town of Phillipsburg up to $200,000. Should we move forward with this program? We had voted to move forward with this program. Unfortunately, it didn't get to the mayor. I would like your permission now, I'm not to the mayor, to the Mayor McDonough, it did get to our mayor. I would like your permission to go ahead and send these. They're signed. The one was signed by the mayor that I did send over.
Right, he has that. I
Okay.
think he does not have the contract agreements that he sent over today that was the first I've seen of it. Can you see it in there?
What are we supposed to do?
Well, in order to participate with this program, council has to,
We adopted it though.
We have to have the mayor.
the mayor,
But the contract.
I think it was
Read the
on,
contract.
it was either in his office or on his desk, and it just never got to Mayor McDonough. Unfortunately, again, I don't want to speculate as to why, I don't care. I just want to get the people taken care of and them saving money. We don't have a number for it, so the resolution would be the number.
You adopted a resolution authorizing the execution of the agreement.
Right.
So the mayor is the person to execute that agreement, not the council.
But he did execute the agreement,
No, he only signed the ordinance.
so he hasn't executed the agreement.
Correct.
Well, he's got to execute the agreement.
We'll just follow up with the mayor's office.
Okay, so,
I have plenty of contracts for him to sign tomorrow, so I'll have to put him.
all right, I'm going to give you all this back. I got to call Mayor McDonough this evening. It has to be, they're ready to go to bid.
They said they were in October, didn't they?
They were doing it in August, when we
Okay.
passed it, and we missed the cutoff. They didn't hear from Mayor Ellis. He had reached out to me. Mayor McDonough had reached out to me. I had told him it was on the mayor. It was in the mayor's hands. I couldn't overstep my boundaries. Did send the mayor an email. Haven't heard back. They would like to go back out to bid through Concord Energy. Vic, if we can just give this to Mayor Ellis and just have him send it in as soon as possible. If he's home tomorrow, I'll be more than happy to run it over to him. The second thing I have for new business, there is a anti-bullying event this Saturday. I need to ask council for your approval to have the Department of Public Works on hand to set them up with electricity. That's with the Branching Out Foundation.
So,
Are we okay with that?
yeah,
Council, is there requiring action from us?
Well, I
I don't think it does.
that's really not
No,
up to us.
that's
It's
not
right, but it was
Man.
listed on, we normally do it under the special use permit,
Did
right?
they check it off?
I don't think they did.
Oh,
And they contacted me this morning.
okay, well, they should contact the mayor's office.
So anyway, Vicki, can we contact the mayor's office in hopes of getting a DPW worker there to start the electricity for this event?
Is there normally electricity in Chautauqua?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a box there.
Yeah, there's a
Okay,
box.
oh, it's just not always on?
You want me to take you to it, show you where it is?
No.
Isn't that outlet is hot though all the time?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, because there's guys that play the guitar just about every night.
Every night.
I thought DPW said they go down and they just.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
they
just
just
jam
plug it in.
every night.
Plug it in.
Yeah, we jam every night.
But if it's not there, I think we should have one the night before or the day before to make sure it's
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna check it out. That sounds pretty neat. Touching up on new business, there was a bill that was outstanding that we had talked about at the last meeting. Vicki, I had asked you to speak to CFO Merlo while we were still discussing. It's check number 7206 to Warren Septic Services in the amount of $1,600.
All those bills were not on this bills list.
Okay.
They're still outstanding.
So they are outstanding. Are they going to? My fear is, and I'll tell you, I spoke with counsel, I spoke with the auditor. We cannot pay these bills. It's against the law. It wasn't a town event. I can give you the number.
I actually have an email from Bob saying it was okay to
I
pay.
spoke with him Saturday. I called him Saturday. He says no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll forward you the email.
Yeah, no, if you can forward me the email,
Yeah, I
that'd be
will.
great.
Yeah,
Probably.
absolutely.
Have a conference call with all.
Yeah, that would be a great idea. If maybe we can get Bob at the next meeting before we decide to pay these bills, because it's not, the last thing I want to do is break the law in the state of New Jersey.
I don't think we have to drive Bob out here. He can probably write us an opinion and sign a letter, right?
Oh, why not bring him out? Apparently, we're paying him a lot of money, according to Council Vice President, so come on out.
Paying what we're contracted.
All right, last thing I have is, myself and Councilman McVeigh had a meeting with, pertaining to paying for the youth organizations to the youth center to play basketball. They had asked for a certain amount of money. It wasn't $10,000, but it was close to, with all of them together. I think it was a little less than $9,000. Prior to that, I had a discussion with Firth Youth Center President Jeff Russo, who was under the impression that we had provided them with a $35,000 stipend per year. Just so no one comments, I did speak with CFO Merlo. He was kind enough, him and Ms. Kleiner were kind enough to provide me with all the documentation. We had only provided them with a stipend 1 year for $35,000. It was then $13,000 there on out till the 2012 administration decided to raise it to $20,000. It's been $20,000 since. But going back through these numbers, and I'm looking at all the numbers that we can account for, because some of these items aren't specific to these certain organizations, and it looks like over a 10-year period, we've given the Youth Center $315,913.78. The Firthtown Falcons, $26,351.18. The Steel Hill Bulldogs, $50,796.64. The Renegades organization, $25,476.32. The Little Liners was $25,476.32. The Renegades was $11,450.24, and PAL was $11,217.45. All in the amount of a 10-year period. Over that 10-year period, if you average that out, that's about $44,000 a year just towards recreation and the youth center alone in both stipends and equipment. And that does not include the salaries. So I think that we need to take a look at what we're doing with regard to recreation, because when we're starting to be asked to pay more money for them to play, I mean, because we add that this year, that's more, that's $10,000 more, and if they continue forward.
Fields and equipment either.
Not at all,
Yeah.
not at all. It's not including the fields, that's not including the cutting the grass, it's not including plowing it's not including the insurance. That's a lot of money. I really think we need to sit down with the recreation organizations and find a better way, because we can't really, with regard to the youth center, they had asked us to pay $60 per game for their basketball, for the youth organization's basketball games. That was never asked before. This year they've made that, they've asked us for that. For no other reason other than the fact that they need it, right? I don't think we can fiscally, I really don't believe that if we're gonna be fiscally responsible, we can do that. And I love the kids, I think it's great, but if it's for the kids, we need to fix this, because this is what's broken. The spending is broken. We can easily consolidate. I've spoken with some of the other teams. We can consolidate to one. We can fund them if they came under us. But we have to figure out a better way, because there's no accounting for what this is all being spent on. They also have their own budgets. We don't know what they're raising or what they're spending. There's a lot going on here with recreation in the town of Phillipsburg that there's a lot of unknown factors.
Well, I know we've always supplied our operating budget.
I've seen what everyone has supplied. They've given me, we did not get an operating budget from the youth center, right? So when I spoke with President Russo, you know, I said to him, hey, look, I'm gonna go out and get a $75,000 Tesla, and then I'm gonna come back and ask the town to pay for it. Why? Right? Don't ask questions, just pay for it. It's for the kids, it's for my kids. It's the point, no, I mean, I'm being serious though, because the point is, we're spending a lot of money. And we're broke.
Yep.
This is a serious situation. We are broke. You know, and I don't believe I'm not pointing fingers. I don't believe it's Mayor Ellis's fault. I don't believe it's Mayor Wyatt's fault. I don't know who to point fingers at, because I don't even know where half the money is gone. So I think we need an auditor. I think we need a financial audit done outside of Sickly Clooney to come in and take a look at our recreation program and figure out how we can do it better. So that's what I would ask, and I think that we should start seeking one out now and ask the mayor to do a professional services agreement. There's just no way we can pay that money. It's not like we didn't want to pay. I wanted to pay. I wanted to give these organizations the money so they could play basketball, but how do we justify that to the taxpayers? Honestly, how do you justify that to the taxpayers? You can't. Can you?
You're asking me? You were in that meeting.
I know, you know, that's a good point. So I'm going to ask
You know my feelings.
Yes, I do. I don't think we can justify that to the taxpayers. I really don't. We do a lot for the children. We've given a lot of money. This is proof of it, and this is just what we can account for. There is still a lot of money out there, but I don't know what organizations are going through. It's not one specific organization. It's just a lot of money out there. So I would ask you all to consider that, and at the next meeting, perhaps we can discuss whether or not you're in favor of a audit.
I would say first, how about we get somebody in charge of recreation? That might be a good start.
I believe the mayor will be appointing someone soon, from what I've heard.
Okay, well, that would be a good start. And I know we are putting the Recreation Commission together at the start of the month, so perhaps when all those parties get done and have a strategy session before we spend money on an auditor, where
But it might be good to have an accurate audit before we have the committee in place.
What are you
At least
gonna
they know
do?
what they're working with.
Yes.
I don't know.
Listen, I don't like to
I
spend
don't know
money
if an
anymore.
auditor is the answer, but
We need to know where the money's going, and I mean, I don't want to continue this.
yeah, I know. Well, like I said, I tried to give everybody a lot more money than we gave them, so.
And I'm sure we can do it ourselves. I'm sure Bob has the invoices. I'm sure we could go there and spend 500 hours at the municipal building to go through all this. But I don't want to.
You know, we've already done it.
Well, you better come back on December 4th with Nancy.
You know I've already done it,
All right, so that would be my request. That's all I have for new business.
but
We can get that to Vicki, just to save some numbers for the minutes.
If I may ask, does that include the, we held bills for the 5K?
No, it doesn't include anything current with regard, when I say current, within the last 2 months.
Okay, because there's still bills for the 5K?
Yes, they're still
tabled?
tabled. They're still tabled.
Okay, and the veterans parking signs?
That was also tabled, still staying stable.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
clear all those in the next meeting.
Yeah, we'll clear it December 4th. Yeah, I want to be able to get Bob Swisher, CFO Merlo said he had an email from Bob Swisher. I just would rather have clarification.
On everything outstanding that hasn't been paid yet?
No, only the one from, well, there's 2 coming. I spoke with Pastor Slack. He did inform me that 2 bills were coming. So,
I mean, we have other bills we haven't cleared yet. It'd be nice to clear them all.
if you'd like to discuss it, you want to discuss it.
I don't
Still
even
new
know how
business.
many there are.
What was the 5K?
Do we have any others?
5K and the veterans?
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
And
All right, never mind.
We're good?
I'm good.
Okay. So moving forward, it is now public petitions, the time when the public can speak. You do have 5 minutes. After your 5 minutes, I will ask you to sit down. I do ask that you don't clap, don't cheer, don't swear, don't yell. Hi.
I'm Joe Miner again, and sadly, I'm up here to apologize for citing the 2018-30 was punitive. I found I did not understand it properly, and my apology for implying that you were being punitive.
No. Thank you, Joe. That was very nice of you.
Raymond Pat, 459 Negro Avenue. I'd like to say thank you to the community for coming out Friday to help us dig out Maloney Stadium. It took us about almost 2.5 hours. We had almost 400 people.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you for getting that
Congratulations
started.
on your win.
Thanks. And we were won 42-7. But it was the stadium. We started from one end zone to the other end zone, and everybody was digging out.
Wow.
It was. And we played the next day. There was a lot of snow on that field. It was almost 8 inches of snow.
That was very heartwarming to see. Very
Yeah,
heartwarming.
and I was there, and a couple people were helping out. We were all digging.
And you had a lot of kids there, right?
Yeah,
A lot
we
of
had
kids
a
there?
lot of kids
From
came
every
out.
organization in
Yeah,
town, too.
everything in the town came out to help out.
Really? That's phenomenal.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
And we also said on the video, is like everybody came out to help out.
Well, thank
We
you.
got the tarps out, and it was our last time being on grass.
Yep.
Which was
They're going to turf,
We're
huh?
going to turf next year.
Can't believe the fireworks there.
And the fireworks, but also let you know, the fireworks will be at the PAC site. They are no longer going to be at Maloney Stadium because of the fireworks going to turf. It's going to tear up the turf.
Okay.
So it's going to the turf tomorrow, up to the PAC tomorrow, starting at 6:30.
Maybe next year we can do it at Councilman McVeigh's house. What do you think? Right on the corner of Corliss?
Nah.
No?
I'd just like to say thanks for the community coming out to help out Maloney Stadium get digged out.
Ray, thank you for all
Thank
that
you,
you do. We do truly appreciate
It was
it.
a very great help. Because we got all there around 10 o'clock and we started digging out.
Wow.
Even the stands, we were digging that out too. It was a good turnout to help us get ready to go.
Well, we're looking forward. We're looking
2
forward
weeks,
to
we
bringing the
ready to see this.
championship home.
And then we got William Hills in 2 weeks. And that's a prime time game at 8 o'clock.
Which game is more important, Ray?
Eastern people.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then William Hills. I don't know if Service Lot's gonna cover that game, but the game should be on television for us. Because you can't see it on Young Star's website, it won't be on TV.
Okay.
It needs to be on our cable systems, so we can watch the game. Because people don't want to go down, they like to watch the replay of the game.
Does anyone know if it is going to be televised this year?
Right now, it's NewJersey.com, they have a large streaming, but our cable's on a Service Electric, and they should be down there televising.
Oh, I don't disagree.
But it's New Jersey rules, it's NJSA, it charges a lot of money. They charge a lot of money to do the game live.
New Jersey charges everyone a lot of money to do
Yeah.
everything right.
And Service should be down there doing that game, it's our town company.
I don't disagree. God bless you, man.
Yep.
Thank you very, very much.
Okay.
Is there anyone else? Yes, sir.
Emil Brisson, 94 Bowman Street. I have a question. When you talked about the medical marijuana facility and you tabled it, but there was some discussion before you took the vote on tabling it that I think probably explained something about why you tabled it. I couldn't hear it.
Sure. So it's an ordinance affecting the zoning, potentially affecting the zoning within the town of Phillipsburg. So after a first reading of any ordinance, it's a zoning ordinance, it needs to get referred to the planning board for comment.
Okay.
And then the planning board has 30 days to respond back to the town council with a report.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dan Boyce, 244 Irwin. You made note that there's a anti-bullying function this Saturday.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure I hope this comes across right. Everybody can appreciate the problem and the severity of it. You just brought up something that leads to this problem, your recreation. Do you realize that the money you gave to Still Hill was 100% more than you gave to Firth Town? It was 400% more than was given to Powell. And you wonder why Still Hill, it's not going to be popular, but everybody in Still Hill, they think they're better than everybody else. It's always been that way since I've been around here. It was like that when I coached. When I coached, they refused to unlock the bathrooms for the kids in the other the other team.
I don't, just so you understand, the numbers for PAL would be a little skewed.
I understand.
Because it was 10 years, and I believe they were shut down in
Still,
2014.
you're telling me that the people that play for Still Hill are better than the people who play for First Town?
No, I
That's
think-
what the town is telling me. Then you wonder why it's bullying. I think you need to really take into consideration disbanding Still Hill completely, First Town completely. Go with something like Little League, a central organization where everybody's treated fair. I know that, what is it, Pop Weaver, I believe, is for
Pop
football. It's the same thing. And you know, they've got strict rules that you play by. You wouldn't be playing baseball in these fields like here. You got craters out there that the moon is jealous of.
So one of the functions of council is not to, I believe that falls under the mayor's supervision. Would I be correct in stating such, council? You certainly, I would encourage you to call Mayor Ellis.
Oh, trust me, I've got a big mouth.
No, but I mean, I do believe he would be sympathetic to your calls. I don't know that I can't say that I share the same opinion with regard to certain individuals thinking they're better than others, because I believe that would be trying to place me in their heads. I will say that I've coached at pretty much every organization, and all of the kids are exactly the same. They're all great kids, they all want to learn, and they all play well.
You're absolutely right, but there is this stigma that goes around, and I think that with bringing Little League in to supervise completely, or Pop Weaver, such as, I'm not saying get rid of the youth programs at all, I'm trying to make it fair, more uniform for everyone.
I like the idea. I think it's something that you should definitely bring up to the mayor.
You will be, thank you.
Thank you very much for your time to listen.
You can go. No, you can go. Just for edification, I just want to make clear that the youth sports organizations in town, at least according to my understanding, are all nonprofit companies. The town does not have the jurisdiction either in council or in the mayor's office to disband these private organizations. So that's not a power that exists in municipal government. That is.
Then how come PAL was shut down?
I'm not going to argue. Yeah, I'm not going to argue about it.
How was it shut down? How was this?
No.
How permits were revoked? So they were denied the use of facilities.
Right,
They
but
weren't
if you do that to
disbanded.
everybody and just re-establish one organization,
That's-
I'm not, yeah.
you know, this way everybody gets to play.
I don't want to debate. I just want to make clear that we don't have the power to unilaterally disband any organization.
Correct.
That's all.
Thank you, Councilman.
David Morissette, 5 Fairview Heights, Phillipsburg, New Jersey. I was going to take this question offline, but I did want to give recognition to Councilwoman Del Girolamo for a really good oral report on the League of Municipalities. And so, if you don't mind, I will. But the one question I wanted to ask, and I didn't know if it was possible, is that could that report be posted online? It sounds like it's a good report, and it would be very informative.
Just give it to Victor.
Give him permission, he can post it.
Right.
You can
We'll-
scan it.
We'll give it to Vicki and have it.
Oh, we have a council page? Well, under the council.
Yeah, I think that's more appropriate on the town website, and, if they're willing to post it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Justin Pierce, Sigler Street, so a couple of things. I haven't been here very often, frequently, graduated college,
Congratulations.
144,000 in debt, not so good. So before we get to that, so we talked about the mayor and, him having, removing the title of his secretary and everything. But the hierarchy that he posted when he first got in, says that he has a bunch of secretaries. He has the secretary with the town clerk, to council, and he has the business administrator who does everything below him, though we don't have a business administrator. So in reality, he has a lot of secretary duties positions underneath him. So I do like the idea of having one for everybody, but it would be kind of good. Second thing, now that I've gone to school, you know, I almost didn't graduate because my own mayor wouldn't give me my internship. So I got a degree in English and political and governmental affairs, and one of my requirements was to get an internship. So I wanted to shadow a municipality, learn about it, you know. His response was, I don't have time with a new council coming in, which was sad, because I couldn't even, it was 1 day a week. So I ended up getting the mayor of Hackettstown and debt-free Hackettstown to let me do my internship there. I also got an internship with the bid in Hackettstown to learn all about that. So I sat back and I said, you know, what is the best way to use my degrees? So I'm gonna run for mayor come next year. You know, it's time that we start using our education, and I feel I'm young, I have nothing to lose, and I've lived here all my life. I think it's time that we start extending the olive branch before it's too late, instead of as salaries are coming up, and you know, I think it's time that no matter what political party we come from, that we can all get along and go from there. So, thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else? Okay. Public petitions is closed. There is no habitability hearing, so we'll move on to council open time. Councilman Lewis.
I don't have anything.
That was quick. Council Vice President.
I clearly read ahead and did all mine during new business instead, so I'm
So
good.
you got nothing?
Nothing.
Councilman Davis.
Thank you again to Ray for his outstanding effort in getting the field clear. I also attended the league. I don't have as robust of a report, but I did learn about quite a few things that I think will provide benefit to the town. I look forward to discussing them with council and introducing various measures over the coming months as a function of my education down there. Other than that, go Beaver, beat Easton.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm good.
Councilman McVeigh.
Last year, as a candidate, I attended a meeting at the Senior Center, and we opened up, that current council opened up a proclamation. I thought that was fantastic. One of the few times, the only time I might have went to the podium and said, it'd be nice to open up every council meeting, because it was still, back then it was still tumultuous situations, and I said this would be fantastic. So great commendation to Council President and Councilman Davis for identifying stakeholders in our community and moving that forward. So I commend my peers on that one. Last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, Councilman Lutz and I, part of the, Councilman, please weigh in on this if you choose to, we, part of our subcommittee for the redevelopment plan here in town, had an unbelievable positive meeting with interested parties locally on what they want to do with Phillipsburg, and shared their ideas with us. It was an invigorating meeting, and it wasn't hard as we availed ourselves to the public just shortly after the appointment of our peers as a subcommittee, and let it be known that there are interested parties out there. It was a positive meeting, and the organization which I work for, there is a saying that says, trust the process. And I ask all of you here tonight and folks that do watch us on video that this is a working council. And we read, we work, we listen, and we avail ourselves to anyone out there that wants to help our town. An extremely productive and positive meeting as far as our redevelopment plans in Phillipsburg. I would encourage, my third point, as I was encouraged the mayor to come here. I would also, when he does come here, I would hope that he would have appointments for our DPW and our recreation, as Council Vice President DiGirolamo said earlier. And I say that because during the recent torrential rainstorms and the surprise snowstorm we got, how our DPWs worked magnificently through that to make sure that we will be able to diverse through our town and our family and taking care of ourselves and our safety and more importantly theirs. In addition to that, Council President Fulper mentioned that we had met with Recreation and Mr. Thompson, who's serving in a role there. His passion and his drive to make it work somehow, even with all the problems budgetary-wise with Recreation. It was encouraging to see, and working with the current acting supervisor of DPW, I would really hope that the mayor, one, would come to our meetings first and foremost. Second, when he comes, he'd have an appointment to head those two departments so we can move forward someday and forward. And lastly, all I have is with the holiday coming up, please spend time with your loved ones, your family and your friends, and please try to remember the folks that we lost throughout the year too. And as you do that, you'll embrace the family and friends and loved ones that you'll have around this holiday time. And that's all I have. God bless.
Thank you, Councilman. Just a few things. I thought tonight just was a fantastic meeting, beginning with the police department's color guard. That was a moving experience. The proclamations, both given by Councilman Davis to Yvette Day, Amanda Bridge, the police department. The fact that we had the Renegades here on their very first undefeated championship season, I thought that was phenomenal. It was just a very positive meeting, and it came off of a very, what I felt was a positive meeting between myself and Councilman Davis. I'm looking forward to meeting more in the future. We've actually both promised to embark on a much more positive campaign, not that we're running for anything, but a more positive campaign to unify the town of Phillipsburg. There's a lot of ugliness out there today, and I believe that we have the power. We were elected as leaders to lead the town of Phillipsburg, and I want to see us moving in the right direction. So I don't believe you're going to see any more of that hostility and negativity here in the council meeting. So if that's what you're coming for, you can stay home. Service Electric won't televise it though. Ray knows that, right, Ray?
Well,
I'm just...
no, it's on TV.
No, that's okay, Ray. I was talking about the council meetings, but I'd also like to say good luck to the Phillipsburg State Liners
That would be on TV.
on Thanksgiving. I hope they beat Easton, and I hope that they come home champions a week later. And this was a little bit more personal, but before I do that, I gotta recognize the legend, Kenny Decker. Kenny Decker's here in the audience. If you don't know Ken Decker, you did not grow up in Phillipsburg. Ken, thank you very much for coming out. It's an honor to have you here. This one's a little more problem. Sorry, I had to do it, Ken. When I was a kid, I looked up to you. I still do. That's exactly what it is.
I'll kick you like a crack.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. You still feel his handshake? It's like a brick. This one's more personal. Because my children do watch these videos, I want to congratulate my daughter, Gemma. My daughter, who's 12, oh babe, if you're watching this, my wife's watching this, she's going to kill me. But my daughter, Gemma, made the high honors for the very first time. And I thought that was an awesome achievement. Very proud of her. It's an honor to be her father, so I just want to say congratulations to her and to the rest of the children in the Phillipsburg Middle School who made the high honors list. With that, happy Thanksgiving. A very happy Thanksgiving to each and every single one of you. Despite political differences, personal differences, religious differences, this is a time for us to really reflect on the last year, reflect on the prior years of our life, and to spend a lot of time with our loved ones. So go out there, take care of your neighbors. Remember, not everyone has families. Not everyone has somewhere to go. So if you know someone who's lonely on Thanksgiving, invite them. A little kindness goes a very, very long way. So happy Thanksgiving, and thank you very much for coming out tonight. Moving forward, we have motions, and I believe we can block them.
Yep.
A motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Special use permits, we have a tree lighting ceremony with fees to be waived.
So moved.
And
Aye.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
The Unite with Lights is downtown luminary show. The fees are to be waived. They're asking for the fees to be waived. However, please note that Chief Stetner did state that the event can go on, but they can't post no parking on the street. Unfortunately, we have to respect that the chief did say it. Motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you very much.